Hi guys. Hey! Welcome, welcome, welcome. And namaskara, namaskara, namaskara. Vanakkam, vanakkam, vanakkam for those other side of the border. Well, thanks. I could hear a few giggles. I thought otherwise, with Bangalore being what it is and you guys having flown and swam through this traffic in Bangalore today, it can stress you out. No limits. Nevertheless, this laughter evening, we hope and pray will be a good time for you. Yeah? Yeah, that's lovely. You see, observe the evolution of a pastor to a higher degree and then to a bishop. I observed it. As a pastor, youngster who has joined the pastoral ministry, and every time you meet this guy, he says, Aya, Amma, Anna, Akka. Every single baptism is there, every single marriage is there, every single betrothal is there. Go to him and he's there for prayer, even for funerals. And then he slowly becomes, well, I come from a Methodist background, so he becomes, let's say, the district superintendent. This guy was smiling all the time, Aya, Akka, Anna, Amma. Is very selective in his smiles. He's got a very respectable look about himself. And then he is very selective about where he goes. And then he becomes the bishop. Smile gone. Attendance to programs gone. But there are a few, thank God for them. The select few who still keep laughing even if they become the bishop. Amen. This is a laughter show and there are only two rules to this show. One is just forget everything, just laugh. And those of you all who don't laugh, we have closed circuit cameras here which will capture your image, and as you're going out there are guys there who are going to tickle your bone till you laugh. So let that not happen. And number two, please keep your cell phones switched off. This is a school. We confiscate cell phones which are still ringing. This evening is all about feelings. And there's a mixed load of them. And they're all unique. We are born with feelings, not like the animals. We are human beings. And you know, talking about feelings, again, it's not a stage-managed one or the glycerine-induced one. You know, the famous actor in Tamil Nadu, Shivaji Ganeshan. How many of us remember Shivaji Ganeshan? Yeah? Not bad, not bad. Though the Yonder Show, still he is famous here. Okay. And that guy, you know, we all love his movies. And when he comes on the screen, he's, Amma, oh, mudi amma ivlo karupa irukku. Velliya irukka vendiya mudi ivlo karupa aiduche. There is actually glycerine which induces him to cry. We're not talking about that kind of tears here. Tears are real. And then we have this, my wife and I have this brilliant opportunity of going for a walk in the morning, and we pass through one or two parks. And in these parks you have these senior citizens, you know. They also come in for their share of exercise. And one of the things that they do is the laughter exercise. How many of you all know about the laughter exercise? I don't know. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh not from your heart, but for the sake of exercise. So you have this exercise. The guy who was organizing, coordinating says, exercise. Now we will go about doing our exercise for this morning. Clap your hands and say, ha, ha, like you're laughing. So they're, ha, 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 ha. And then you come back, and then the guy says, okay, now you go in for your Charlie Chaplin laughter. How is that? And then the The guy says, okay, now we're going for the monkey laughter. That's a serious game, okay? You'll have to keep scratching all over and then, yeah, ha, 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 ha. Today we're not talking about such kind of laughter. We're talking about laughter which comes from your heart. When I grew up, I come from a family of 8 children. It's not a big one, anyway. These days we only have 2 and 1. 8 is fun, actually. And then we had our own fights and everything, and we had this farm with mangroves. I'm just kidding. We just had a less than quarter acre of land with a few mango trees in that, but abundance of fruit. So during summer, you get all these mangoes home, and there are, all these stored in the store room, and they ripen one by one, and you're allowed to eat 1 per day. Imagine feeding 8. It is difficult to have more than 1. So 1 per day is allowed. So one day, I loved these mangoes. Even today, I have a weakness for 2 things. One is my wife and the next one is the mango. The mangoes were this temptation of mine. And then, as per the permission given, I took 1 mango, ate it with relish. I'm a teenager, mind you. And then this temptation is gnawing. 1 more. Why not? It's so sweet, lovely. Why can't Mama and Papa give me permission for 1 more? All those thoughts. And then I go snatch 1 without anyone seeing. Go to the terrace of our house. It's a village house, so the terrace, part of the house is a terrace, the other side is a tile roof. So I'm enjoying my fruit. I'm eating it with relish. Halfway done, I hear footsteps coming up the staircase. I quickly put my mango on the side of the parapet wall on the roof, the tile roof, and then lo and behold, it was my own father. And we had this terror. We had this fear of God for our father, And as soon as he came, he said, "What are you doing here?" "I'm just watching." Okay, why don't you go and study? "Yeah, I'll go there. I'll do that." Dutiful son came down, sat in the chair, breathing hard. Why did I ever have to succumb to the temptation? This terrible. And then I looked up. I saw my father standing before me with a smile on his face. He was having both his hands behind, and one hand comes with my half-eaten mango. He said, "Eat this also, my son." Well, Garden of Eden, it was the apple, and for Noble, it was the mango. How many husbands and wives here? I'm sorry. I can't see anyway. I'm sure there are a number of lovely couple out there. This husband and this wife, they used to have regular set bouts of, You know what? A husband and wife know that, right? Yelling and screaming and a little bit of scratching, if time permits, of course. Then this husband noticed that these days it's not happening so very regularly. What happens? So he said, "Hey, darling, whenever we have some fight and I yell at you, you never scream back. You just go into the bathroom, and then I realize that you're there for a long time, and then you come out smiling. What's the secret, honey? How is it that you're maintaining the peace of the family so beautifully?" "Darling, no, I knew there's no use yelling back at you. I simply stay in the bathroom using a toothbrush to clean the commode. Yelling at me, I will make your teeth yellow. And by the way, wives, don't try this at home." This wife called the husband very angrily. "Where in the world or hell are you, darling?" The husband slowly says, "Darling, you remember when we were newly married? We went to this particular commercial street, and then the particular shop in commercial street, a jewelry shop. We entered in, and then you fell in love with this beautiful diamond necklace and looked at me longingly. And then I touched my pocket and I said, 'Darling, I don't think I can afford that now. But then, darling, one day, it'll be yours. By now, with all this build-up, the wife is so coy. Very expectantly, she says, "Yes, sweetheart, I remember the shop." Then the husband takes a deep breath and slowly says, "Well, I'm drinking in the pub next to that shop." You know, I come from this place in Tamil Nadu. I always think that's the most beautiful place, my native place. Of course, my wife is in slight disagreement with that. As always, you know, we disagree about the goodness of the place. Nevertheless, as we are growing up, you know, some of those scenes I still think about and laugh. These are very sad, poignant scenes, but there is so much of laughter in that. You know, in Tamil Nadu, there's one word which is often used by anyone. Savu. What is savu? Death. Savu means death. So, different connotations. Savugaraki. If you go in front of a bus, accidentally the bus driver says, "Savugaraki, savu vandigiriyada." Or if you, in Bangalore, Tamilians, they use it differently. They don't say savu. If somebody is dead, they say detaichi. They don't know the word savu, detaichi. Death puningla, detaichi angutla. Well, I am talking about the Tamil Nadu savu, okay? Go to the, place like a village in Tamil Nadu, the village headman dies and the body is kept in the courtyard. You have trees around and you have all these women, particularly the women, they sit around with their hands on each other's shoulders, holding each other. Now you should remember one more, for those who don't know Tamil, you should know what murunka is, okay? Murunka is nothing but drumstick. Sounds like Greek, but it's actually drumstick. Murunka, okay? And then naga means jewelry, that's all. You need to remember these two, okay? Now, this guy is lying down here, and it's a very poignant scene, and these ladies are all surrounding. And then, the one thing is, the wife is sitting there, so they can't keep crying the whole day, the night, and the next day, because they keep it for long. So they have these professional people who come and do the crying on behalf of the family. So these are the ones who are sitting there, And they have one line which says, "I came trusting you." In Tamil it goes like, "Unna nambi nanu vande." This goes on. And then they keep repeating, "Unna nambi nanu vande." And then one of them is bored. "Akka, and the murunka pari evlo persagudilla. Unna nambi nanu vande." What she's saying is the drumstick is so big on the tree. "Unna nambi nanu vande." And then this guy comes from there. He comes laughing till the gate. The moment he enters the courtyard, he says, "Ayya, putingla. Ayya, evlo nallavaru." In the same breath, he comes out and says, "Sottalla yaar ezhi vachare?" Even in that sadness, there is laughter. Nano car. This guy was driving the Nano on the highway, and then the Nano broke down. And then he's looking perplexed, and he was an elderly gentleman. And then comes an Audi zooming past. Seeing this guy stranded, he just stops the car, and then he says, "Any help?" "Yes, my car is broken down, my Nano is broken down." So he said, "Okay, I'll do one thing. I don't want to let you stand it here. I'll tow your car to the next service station and leave you there. Is it all right with you?" He said, "He's so grateful." He said, "Yes, sir, I'm very grateful to you. Thank you so much." Now, we'll have this code between us. If I'm going too fast, flash your lights so that I'll know I'm going too fast and slow down for you. That's the code. Shall we go? Yes. And soon they start rolling down. And suddenly, as they were going, a BMW 7 Series at 120 miles overtakes this Audi. And the guy forgets all about the Nano behind him and then starts overtaking this fellow. Zoom! And soon they go through a police chowki. Then Constable Munasamy said, "Ah!" He calls the other superior and says, "Sir, you don't know what I saw just now." Yenaitu. This is this Audi, this is this BMW going at breakneck speed, and a Audi trying to overtake him, and the Nano trying to overtake him, flashing his light.